Good morning, y'all. How's it going? How do you like my shirt? My Batman shirt. I wanted to ask you right before I get started on the topic of this video, I wanted to ask you, how do you like my new glasses? I got them the other day. They're bifocals. Right here's the line. I don't care too much for it, but when you get older, you just have to make sacrifices. You have to let go of your vanity for some reality, I guess is how you'd put it. Anyhow, enough of that. Today I wanted to talk to you about gang activity. Now look, gangs are moving into Chattanooga. Well, they've been moving in, and they denied that for a long time. They denied gang activity, but you can tell it because gangs will tag their territory. They'll like spray paint their name or whatever. I don't know exactly how it goes, but I know that much of it. And I have this to say to you gang members. If you want real street credit, if you want real respect, instead of destroying your surroundings, you would help build them up. Grab a rake. Rake your neighbor's yard if they aren't able to get out and do it. If you want spray paint, find somebody that will allow you, maybe on the side of a building or something, where you can paint a mural, something that's attractive, not some trash. Something that's attractive. Paint a mural. Put your name on the bottom of it. That's real street credit. That's real respect right there. Find somebody that is unable to get out there and do their own yard work. Maybe they need some work around their house. You got time to kill? You got time to get in trouble? You got time to go help your neighbor. Go help your neighbor. Maybe some elderly person can't get up and cook their own meals. And instead of them having to go into a nursing home, maybe you could help by going over there and helping them cook. Go cook a meal for them. Go make a casserole, something. Go keep them company. Heck, some of them are so lonely, they just want a person to talk to. That's real street credit. That's real. That's not this crap that y'all puff your chest out and I'm the boss around here, and man, y'all make me sick. When I drove by this area, a certain area in East Ridge, Tennessee, right by where Chattanooga meets East Ridge, there's a wall that runs along the freeway, and somebody had tagged that. That makes me sick. I mean, go on about yourselves. Leave. If you're not going to help improve things, don't destroy it. Just mind your own business. Just go sit in your house and play video games. Go hang out at your buddy's house. Don't go out destroying property. Don't go out spray painting pictures. Unless it's something beautiful, a whole wall mural, and pushing drugs on kids. Now look, my grandson came home the other day and told me, Grandma, you know what a kid did? What a kid on my bus did? Grandson is in middle school now, and he rides the bus with high schoolers, which I don't like that, but I guess for economical reasons they have to do that. So anyhow, he came home the other day and he said, Grandma, you're not going to believe what happened. He told me this kid that he rode the bus with came up and asked him, hey man, do you want one of these penis enlargement pills? And that, to me, that's like, that's a drug pusher right there. I mean, it sounded like Viagra, but, Viagra is not intended for 12-year-old boys. That stuff can be dangerous. I mean, I'm not saying it was Viagra, but it was a blue pill. And the kid told him that's what it was for. So since my daughter works all day and doesn't have time to do it, I am going to go down to the school today and I'm going to have a talk with the principal. And when I told my grandson that. My grandson, no, Grandma, don't do that. Then people are gonna hate me. I'm not gonna have any friends. They're gonna call me a rat. They're gonna say I'm a snitch. And I told him, look, that's the problem in America today. Everybody wants to protect everybody else's wrongdoings. If they hadn't done it in the first place, there wouldn't be anything to tattle on now, would there? If people would start coming forward and telling the truth, when somebody commits a crime, tell the cops if you saw something. Tell who did it. If you're at school and some kid does wrong, I'm not talking about, hey, he snatched my pencil or something. I wouldn't be tattling on that. That's ridiculous. But something like offering you pills, something like carrying a knife to school or a gun to school, you need to head straight to the principal's office and tell them what you saw or what you heard. You need to, if you see somebody on a public bus or somebody out in public waving a gun or acting suspicious, you need to pick up the phone and call the cops and say, hey, I just witnessed this at such and such a place. If you have a friend or a relative that is doing something dangerous that would harm others, then you need to call the cops and say, hey, this person is acting this way. Don't hide it. That just makes the problem worse. That just allows them to act wrong. My son, when he was a teenager, he was no angel. He used to get in trouble, and then I'd ask him, well, where'd you get this from, or why? Who were you with? I'm not going to rat out on my friends. When he was like 14, I displaced him. We lived in Flint, Michigan, and he wanted to join this little gang. And you know what I did? I removed him from that situation. I moved him way up in the Upper Peninsula in the boonies where there was very few things to do except for enjoy nature. Now he found a way to get in trouble up there, and he got put in a group home, and he acted wrong in the group home, and they were threatened to put him in a detention center. And I brought him down south where I had family, and when I brought him down here, he got in trouble a little bit. And you know what happened? They sent him to boot camp. And I had called the cops on my own son. They sent him to boot camp, and when he came out of that boot camp, it was yes ma'am, no ma'am, I love you, Mom. And he told me when I picked him up, he said, Mom, I don't hold anything you did against you. He said, I know I don't hold it against you for calling the cops on me, having me locked up. I know you did it because you love me and to make me a better person. You know how good that made me feel inside? Because I felt really crappy about having to call the cops on my own son. But sometimes it's called tough love. Sometimes you just got to do it. But you parents got to take responsibility for your children's actions somewhat. Once they get a certain age, no matter what you do, they're going to act how they want to act, I do believe. But if you can do something to curb that behavior, and don't think that just because they're their own person, that they have the right to do whatever. That you don't have any rights to go through their things when they live in your house. You have every right. If they start acting wrong, if they start acting suspicious, if they were like a chipper type of person, outgoing, and all of a sudden they're withdrawn and they're acting like they want to sleep all the time, you need to find out what's behind that. If they come home all giddy, now see, my son tried ecstasy when he was a teenager. And I could tell, I don't think he knew it, but I could tell when he was on that stuff. Because my son was never really an affectionate person towards me. And whenever he was on that crap, he'd come in there and just hug all over me. Oh, I love you, Mom. I love you so much, Mom. I knew something was up. You know, kids, their behavior changes when they're on drugs. So if your child's behavior starts changing, you need to check that out. If it means going into their room and searching their room, yeah, you do it. You have every right. If they're a minor, I don't care if they're one day away from being 18. As long as they're 17 and they're living under your roof, you have every right to go in there and search their belongings. Toss their cells, so-called, so to speak. I'm not advocating doing it every day, but if you have a reason to do it, do it. Don't be shy. I don't know that I'd go so far as to go through their diary. That's where I would draw the line, because people are allowed to have their own private thoughts. And if your child keeps a journal or a diary, you know, unless that they like disappear or something, I don't think I go so far as going into their diary. But as far as searching their drawers for drugs or drug paraphernalia, you have every right. And don't let them give you some lame excuse like, oh, it's my buddy's, I was holding it for him. Well, what buddy? Well, I can't tell you that, or I don't remember his name. No, if he's telling you some stuff like that, or she, that belongs to them. That crap's theirs, and they're just trying to squirm their way out of it. But I guess I'm going to go on and enjoy the rest of my day, and I hope y'all have a great day. And remember what I said, you gang members, or wannabe gang members, go do something constructive today and every day. Go help your neighbor. Go beautify your surroundings. That's it for today's video, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll see you next time. Bye.